Welcome to another episode of Freshman Podcast. It's your boy Josh, so known as Jay Fresh. To my right, we have Yas, so known as Yeski. Today, guys, we're back at it with another episode. We're going to be talking about one of Ye's favorite players. That's right, Ben Simmons. Back at it again, as well as Kyrie Irving. But let's start off with Kyrie Irving. So, due to his beliefs of not wanting to get vaccinated, he's looking to possibly fumble a big bag. Really more like two. But let's start it off. So he could basically lose almost $15.6 million this season if he decides to miss or sit out the 41 home games in Brooklyn, as well as almost $762,000 per game per preseason home game that he misses, as well as additional $762,000 for the 2 games he'll miss at Madison Square Garden. So all in all, we're looking at close to almost $18 million he'll miss out on because he doesn't want to get vaccinated. Now, I understand everybody kind of has their beliefs on getting vaccinated or not being vaccinated, but $18 million, you can sign me up. I'm going to get that shot. I don't know about how you feel about it, but I'm going to get the shot.
Well, yeah. I mean, me necessarily, I don't want to get vaccinated too, but you're talking like 18 million and you want to stay with that team, then it's like it's kind of non-negotiable. Like this is beyond the NBA. Like this doesn't have nothing to do with the NBA. Like this is coming from law.
Yes,
now state law.
Yeah, state mandate.
So it's like no matter how long you sit out or hold out or whatever the case may be, they're not going to change the state law for Kyrie Irving. Like he's just one person, like. So you want to stay in Brooklyn, and you get the shot. I mean, I get it. Like, I understand. Like, he may not want to get the shot because I don't want to get the shot. But you want to stay in Brooklyn. You want to make your money.
Hey, you see that boy Andrew Wiggins went ahead and got the shot, man. And they ain't trying to lose.
Give or take.
They ain't trying to lose that money. Andrew Wiggins said he was trying to create generational wealth. Hey, lose that on $30 million. That ain't it.
So my question is, if I can understand, like, okay, you'll take that L for the year, like the 18, but like, I don't think the state law is gonna change. So will this be future, like, okay,
yeah,
each year this is gonna happen to you?
Yeah, definitely future implications on it because, I mean, not all teams or all states necessarily have to deal with the COVID vaccine mandate, so it's just like, I guess, a case-by-case basis in a sense. But just to even more of a breakdown, he will be losing almost $380,000 per game for every game that he misses. Like, bruh, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, that's a lot of money, and we're not even talking about playoffs because they ain't even brought that up. The fine could be higher during playoffs because. You say you got a 7-game series, you're going to play about 3 to 4 games at home depending on your seed, so that could be an extra fine right there. And then it just put a hold on your management. Probably not more, I mean, maybe your teammates, they'll probably understand before that, but as far as like a management standpoint goes, if you look at it, you lose Kyrie for potentially what? About
41. Well,
41 games.
Regular season, 41 games.
If they get far in the playoffs and make it to the championship, you're looking at about 60 games. Like,
yeah.
So you take that and weigh it in for the next 2-3 years. It's like, okay, do I even want to deal with this? Like, I'm not gonna have a player that's gonna play in home games or home practices or home playoff games because they're gonna make the playoffs. So it's like, okay, now I got to make a decision. Do I want to keep him, or do I trade him, let him go? Like, it's a lot of things that could come up just because of the COVID shot, which is a sad case. But
and I'm not trying to just sound all about the money here, guys, but it does have future implications. So let's say, for instance, Kyrie did want to go ahead and get a contract extension this season. For 4 years, $181 million is on the table. Now, if he decides to wait until next season, it'll be an extension for 5 years at $235 million. You fumbling the bag, my boy. Go get that shot.
Yeah.
Go get that shot. You fumbling the bag and you trying to fumble a championship. You need to relax. Get it together. Get it together. Bring it in. Do it for the squad. Get your money. Go hoop, man.
It's a lot behind. Yeah, it's a lot behind it. It's a lot behind it. Him doing this.
And you know what? And Kyrie, you know what? Not doing this for clout, but I actually challenge you. If you are gonna sit out for half of those games, I thought you should try to work it out with Brooklyn that they funnel that money to a charity or organization that you believe in, because you losing that $15.6 million, man, that ain't it. That needs to go somewhere.
It's a lot of money.
Even if they give half of that money to organizations you want to, you should try to figure out if you are gonna sit out.
Invest in a freshman podcast.
Oh yeah, we'll get a Brooklyn Nets jersey. He doesn't want KD, but he'll probably wear yours, so that's fine.
Okay, you got a point there.
So we'll go with that. But yeah, I hope they figure it out, man. The season is starting really, really soon.
Yeah, the season starting off soon, and that's already starting off like rocky. I mean, they still got enough to win the championship with KD and Harden, but it's who can deal with that that mental toll, so to speak, not having Kyrie there and over a shot, there's no telling how people be actually thinking nowadays anyway. So it's
but we know he's a little different already,
true.
With the flat earth stuff. Kyrie's definitely, I think on the court he's a hell of a player, but off the court he's kind of odd, a little odd. But I mean, it is what it is. Everybody has different personalities, Now let's move on to your favorite player, man. Ben Simmons. Another individual that is potentially fumbling the bag. But this really doesn't have to do with necessarily a COVID vaccine. I think Ben Simmons is probably still upset about the comments made after his playoff performance against the Hawks. I kind of look at it two ways. Yeah, you have the right to be upset, and those guys probably should have said it behind closed doors. But two, you kind of have to take self-accountability and say, hey, I really wasn't going as hard as I should have been. You know what I mean? So I see it's a two-way street. Yeah, you don't want your teammate and your coach to bash you on national TV. But at the same time, just to give up and be like, oh, no, I'm not coming to camp, I quit, and you got all these years left on your contract, is kind of crazy to me. But what's your take on it?
I'm 50-50 with it too. The way they handled it, this year could have been handled 10 times differently.
Yeah.
But it also get to a point where it's you got to hold yourself accountable as a hooper. They didn't try it over the years. Hey, we're gonna get Ben Simmons to shoot. Hey, we're gonna be before Doc came. Who was the coach before Doc?
Bruce.
Was it?
Is it Brett Brown?
Yeah, Brett Brown. He was this year we're going to get Ben Simmons to shoot and everything. And it's okay, everybody was trying to work with you. And, it just became a mental thing. So it's I don't know what you could do in that situation, with the mental thing. I've been there before as far as hooping goes and being mentally unstable. It is hard to play. But in that case, I just completely gave up for a while. I stopped hooping. It's clearly you still want to hoop. So what's really going on? Eventually you got to hold some type of accountability for yourself. Just like the organization does, or your coach and your star player. But
so is that when you found Legion and you decided to come to a winning team? You was you know what, I like basketball. Hey man, I don't blame you, man. I'm glad I could play a role in helping you recover. But for each game that this man is potentially gonna miss, he's looking at a $227,000 loss every game. Every single game you miss, $227,000. And for not reporting to training camp, because the way his contract is structured is basically you do this, you do that, you get a percentage of your salary. He missed out on $8.2 million for not reporting to training camp. Come on, man. Even if you want to trade that bad, you can go to training camp and say you hurt, I don't feel good. You can sit on the sideline. But to stay at home and miss out on 8.2 million, Ben, you a grown man. Get your money first. I'm sorry. I know you're gonna think I'm money hungry, but nah.
Man.
I'm not missing 8.2 million. I don't care. Y'all can say I was the
Look.
worst player on the planet. I'm showing up to training camp and getting that bag. Period.
I understand they got money. I get it. But you losing out on money because you mad.
Yep.
Like, at this point, I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Like, it's no telling how long it's going to take him to get traded, for one.
Yeah.
And you might as well just go ahead and continue to hoop. Like, I mean, no matter if you don't like them or not, like, it is what it is. Like, you losing out on your money is like as much money as you can possibly lose. So it's like I said, there's no telling how long it's gonna take him to get traded. Let's say it take them a total of 82 games for him to get traded. Like, you done potentially lost your whole contract.
Well, no, not the whole contract.
Well, I mean, you get what
well,
I'm saying.
he lost
like,
this year. He lost this year's salary.
Yeah,
for sure,
you'll be losing
Yeah.
this year's salary just because you're waiting out for them to trade you, and it's like you don't know how long it's gonna take you to get traded. So it's like you might as well just play it out. Shoot, boost your stock up. You might even get out of there even quicker.
Well, yeah, we touched on that on the previous podcast, because right now, if they want to make this mutually beneficial for both parties, you do want him to report training camp and show up and play in these games. So it's like, okay, Ben Simmons not a complete wash, blah, 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 and the third. And they'll get something in return, and you want him getting out of there. But you got 4 years left on this contract at worth $150 million. Dude, hey, you can sit there and say you hurt. As long as you sitting there, you good. I mean, get the bag. I wouldn't care. I'd be in training camp smelling all of them. Like, yeah, I'm hurt.
Do something.
As soon as they say practice over, I run up out of there. I wouldn't even
like,
care.
Literally do something. Like, you don't have to kick it with the team if you don't want to. Like, you can be.
Nope.
You don't have to go out with them, but just go ahead and go through your motions and whatever, and just get out of there. Like, you still collecting your check, like still collecting your check, and shoot, you could be building your stock at the same time.
Because at the end of the day, if you sitting here and you missing games, you missing training camp, the last kind of I'm not gonna say vision, but like the last outing or sight visual of you is still gonna be from that playoff performance, and deep down, you're better than that, and if you want other teams to believe that, you gotta show it. So if you come out one game and go for 40, and then be like, you know what, I'm not playing no more, see y'all trade me, cool. But just sitting at home, man, it's not it. It's not it.
This is like, I don't want to lead this back to LeBron, but it's like LeBron played a role in showing players how much power they get, but it's also you can only get a certain level of power. Like, you ain't never seen LeBron do this. Like,
yeah, it's a gift and a curse.
Like, it's like, okay, now you just trying to take it too far, and they not even gonna accommodate you. Like, so you just losing money for no reason, and you just sitting out, not helping your case whatsoever. Yeah. Like,
but even though kind of related but not related, but this even kind of shows the whole. I feel like it plays a role in the whole ego thing and like betting on yourself in a sense. We've seen this with Dennis Schroeder. It can go so wrong. You may not want to be in Philly right now, but if you wind up somewhere, you're not making the playoffs, somewhere cold, climate, well, Philly's not the best weather, but still. Sometimes you got to appreciate where you at, because it could get a lot worse. But hey, you might get traded, might get a lot better, so who knows? But
yeah, but ain't no telling what this man going to get traded at this point. They done said so many teams, like, at this point, that I don't think he's going to get to any of the LA teams that he want. Like,
no.
You don't know where you're going to end up at. You might end up in Charlotte or something, like something weird. Ain't no telling. So, I mean,
could wind up on your Orlando Magic. Or your Sacramento Kings. I would say your Milwaukee Bucks, but him and Giannis are like, never mind. It's okay.
We don't need that.
It's okay.
We don't need that type of energy.
Yeah, I don't need two of the same. I get you.
We don't need that type of energy.
It'll be
we got one that will shoot the ball, but can't shoot the ball.
Oh,
Then we
I
got
know you
one-
didn't just say he can't shoot. No, what?
Then we got one that just don't shoot the ball. Nah, we alright, man. We alright.
Hey, man. Ben Simmons will guard KD. Just saying.
Go pick them up from last year. That's all I know.
Oh, we up.
Just pick them up in the second round.
Hey, what they
Where
say?
we left from
What
that.
they say is up and stuck.
Pick them up in the second round. where
NBA
we
Finals
left from
favorite,
that, man.
Brooklyn Nets. Just saying, man, it's up there.
You trade him for Kyrie. Ben Simmons for Kyrie. Oh, who you gonna take? Ben Simmons or Kyrie?
You know, Kyrie and this non-vaccine shit, I might have to take Ben Simmons, but obviously I would take Kyrie over Ben Simmons, but if that trade's proposed and Kyrie is adamant about, I'm not playing, I'm not taking the vaccine, hey, man, Kyrie, you a real one, but Ben Simmons, what up, my boy?
Easy victory for us Bucks, but
No, we gonna put Ben Simmons right on Giannis, and then we gonna cook y'all. Point blank period. He ain't gotta worry about shooting the ball. KD and James Harden go shoot. He don't have to worry. He don't have to work. We'll let him play in the paint. He wants to play in the paint like Joel Embiid. He can play in the paint. No worries.
anyways, that's that
Hey.
on that. Niggas fumbling bags and I'm stuck here working a regular 9-to-5 job.
I hear you, man.
And we out here could just blow 18 million
Yeah.
like it's nothing.
Yeah. Ben, Kyrie, if you would like to donate to the Freshman Podcast
Absolutely.
organization, this is a non-profit organization.
I will tag them all on social media. This is
We are here for it.
Look, we can get a studio, you know what I'm saying? All official things,
hey,
technology, everything. Like
I already rock with both of y'all. We kind of get him on your side, Ben, but he'll wear your jersey for a couple million, maybe less than that.
less than that. Less than that, I'm wearing that man jersey. I don't care what nobody say. Forget
Just go
that.
ahead and send that 10K through. We good.
And that'll be perfectly fine. Just throw it right there on the Freshman Pod. You know what I'm saying?
We good, man. We'll split it 50-50.
Hey,
Appreciate it, guys.
You hear this?
No. No.
What you want?
No. Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of the Freshman Podcast. Make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe, and make sure you guys check out some of our latest drops. We got a bunch of team reviews out there that you guys should tune in to. Ye's Bucks, the Lakers, Brooklyn Nets episode will be dropping soon, and even the Bulls. So tap in, guys.
Why is it my Bucks and not your Nets?
All right, have a good day.
I'm just